Hello, my name is Lisa Shea, and this is part of a series of videos on Japanese and Chinese books and DVDs and CDs and other kinds of things. So today I'm going to talk about Book of Five Rings by Miyamoto Musashi. So this is one that I'm sure you've heard about from many, many, many different people, and there's a reason that everyone talks about it. I highly recommend reading it, even if you're just going to read it once so you have a sense of what it's about. So when other people talk about it with you, you can, give some sort of point of view about the way that you interpreted it. It's not a huge book. And even though this looks like it has a lot of pages, half of this is stuff like pictures about his life and things that he's done. So you even have to go a ways into this before you get to the actual book part. And you could say that the book is about strategy for generals, but it's bigger than that because a lot of it implies just to the way that we relate to other people in general, not necessarily on a battlefield, but just negotiating with family members, negotiating with people at business and so on. And, it has things like a trooper, the carpenter sharpens his own tools. Just the idea that you want to be responsible for the things that you work on. You want to make sure that the things that you work on are well suited to the kinds of tasks that you're doing. Timing and strategy. There is timing in everything. And timing and strategy cannot be mastered without a great deal of practice, which is also, all of the things in here, you could say that they are common sense, but there's a lot of things that if you think about it, you can realize, oh, well, I should know that, but I don't actually do it in my own life. And if I just did it a little more, things would get so much easier and I'd be able to get to my dreams more quickly. So let's see. Some of it's about specific things, about the way that you hold a long sword and that sort of stuff. But a lot of it is more about the mindset behind the things that you're doing and not necessarily a particular technique for parrying a sword. It's more about the way that you think about what the person you're dealing with is going to do, how you learn to interpret the things that they are going to do and their motivations and their needs, and then to try to match that to end up with a result that works well for you. Or in some cases that works well for both of you, hopefully, so that both of you have a good outcome. So I happen to greatly enjoy sword fighting in general because I write books about sword fighters. So I enjoyed immensely the sword fighting parts of this. But even if you are not a sword fighting type of person, there is quite a lot in here that is about the way people relate to each other, the way that a person prepares themselves, even just for their own solo tasks, and to be able to get through a day and get to the places that you want to go in life. So well recommended. And I would say that I like this particular version because I like having the maps and the pictures of things in here because it helps to clarify where this person was coming from, what his mentality was, the kinds of challenges that he faced, and it sets the environment for then reading the words that he wrote and to understand why he wrote them. So I would get a Book of Five Rings even if you just get it from a library and enjoy reading it once, but it would be nice to have it because it's one of those books that you can read once, put it down for 5 years, read it again and say, oh, well, this whole section really helps me in my dealings with my boss. And then you put it down and then 5 years later you pick up and say, oh, these really help me working with my coworkers and employees. So it's something that you can keep going back to and finding words of wisdom in there. So let me know if you have any questions about the book or if you have other books you'd like me to take a look at. And I look forward to hearing from you soon. All right, thank you and have a great afternoon.